make it happen, because there's plenty of support for you to make it happen, and it's good fun actually, as you see in the trade hub.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we win together and we share things.
Absolutely. So from talking to you, Sarah, it sounds like the skills of Forex aren't what you've got out of this. It's the psychological approach and the confidence that you've got from it that's making you such a good trader.
Oh, absolutely. That's so eloquently put, in it being the right way round. It's strange, isn't it? Because you think this is a mechanical, tools-led process, but you have to remember that these markets are driven by people. So they're you know, sometimes when I'm trading, I don't trade Asian session anymore, because every time I break that rule, it goes wrong for me, and I'm still up till 5 in the morning. And but when I used to sit here trading an Asian session, I would think, wow, I would imagine the sun up the other side of the world, people were taking their jackets off, putting them on their chairs. What are you having for lunch? I actually would visualize the people in the office chatting.
Right.
And I still do that actually. And I think there they are in London, or here I am in the New York session, because it is people at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it isn't a mechanical process. It's very much how you are. And don't go and trade if you're tired or stressed or you're needy. It's not that kind of thing. It's almost like you know, I respect you, I'm here. But it's also, I'm here to work and I'm jolly well, like when you go for a job interview and you're in a, you know, hard-working position in your career, whatever you're doing, or shift work, nursing, lorry driving, whatever you're doing, it's bloody hard work. You've got to get out, you've got to fulfill on your promise and get there, and you want paid at the end of the day. Trading's the same. The brokers make their money out of the commission. That's fine. They're happy. The money is there. We're not cheating or doing anything. We're not having money for nothing. We're here to work. We want our money out. We've written down what our ratios are, and we're going to come and get paid for our work. That's why I always say to people, you know, the old phrase, my granny's day, take care of the pennies, and she's got her purse out to give you some pocket money, and the pounds will look after themselves. People say, oh, I've grabbed a few pips, or, you know, I got out, but, you know, I didn't get that other 1%. Well, that 1% stop profit means I'm at break even. There's no shame in that. If I can shift it up to 5 pips, then, you know, I've done 1% on a 10 pip stop loss. You know, I'm happy. Over a year, that 1% adds up to a lot. And of course, there is another phrase at the opposite end of the spectrum, where again, one of the big traders said to my mentor, who told me on one of the calls, he said, a lot of traders walk away with nothing because they want to get 100% of the move. So they don't walk away with the 70 or 80%.
Yeah.
So anything I'm telling you is not stuff I know that has come out of my head. All I've done is show up, John, and apply it, and be surrounded by very good people in our trade hub, really good people.
And that would be great. Would that be your advice to people watching this? I mean, obviously they're watching this now, they're looking at Unit 5, they've gone through all the units. What would your advice be to someone watching this and just starting to get the head around it, and maybe sort of on the fence, not quite sure what to do?
I think you need to start by deciding on a strategy, because it is like a smorgasbord. You know, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet, which is a wonderful thing. But equally, it's, I don't know if I'm going to have that chicken curry or the prawn noodles. So you get, you know, you kind of, whoa, you know, but you don't walk out the restaurant without having anything. You try a bit here and there. So there is a little bit of kind of seeing what suits you, because what we haven't touched upon at the moment is the psychology of what kind of trader you are. I cannot for my life sit in a long trade on a big stop loss. Yet some people can sit in trades for a year, you know, these big swing traders. So you have to decide your working style, your personality. I like my money in and out and within the day, but I will go for the big swing trades and snap them in if I can. So find your strategy. And then you need to go through the unit section in IM Academy, just unit 1. There's 4 units. Don't, again, go in there and think, oh, I've got to sit through all this. They are short videos. Unit 1, learn the basics like you would learn the basics when you're driving a car, how to fill the tank up with petrol, how to check the oil stick and the air pressure in the tires. You know, it's a few simple things. Where the units 2, 3, and 4 are really like a library. So if you want to learn more, we touched on quarter theory earlier, then dip into that and look at the little video on quarter theory, but don't feel you've got to sit there and go through all of that. And then the most important thing is actually live trading. you do have to have your hour a day live trading. There's no experience that can replace that. So find your strategy, find the mentor that suits you, find your trading style, go through some of the units, just unit 1 section, and then do your back testing. Back testing is so important. I don't know of any sports person, you don't have to be someone that's going to be a world beater like Steph Curry, but every sports person will say to you, I watch the replay and I learn from it. And I had someone say to me, no, it was a couple of months ago now, but they said to me, I haven't got time for back testing. I couldn't believe it. I haven't got time for back testing. That's the only way you will improve on your journey. Okay, that is the paid version of TradingView, the replay button, but I so recommend it. I know we all have to start with thinking I've got to find them, whatever it equates to, $8 a day, 20 trading days a month. So that's the free version of TradingView. But to have that replay button and say, well, how could I have got more out of that? Why did I get into, I see now. Right. Oh my God, how could I have not seen that? Yeah. And also to write it down. So that is very important, is the back testing after that. So it's the find your mentor, find the strategy. You can branch out to other things. One strategy, you wouldn't go and learn 3 foreign languages at once. I didn't come to France thinking, oh, do you know what, John? I think I'll learn French. Oh, well, I'm going to do Spanish at the same time. You go, why? And I go, well, why not? It might be a good language. There's a lot of Spanish people that live in Spain. You go, well, I think, Sarah, to be sensible, you might want to just master the basics of French first. Yeah. Wouldn't you? Yeah. So people that come in and say, oh, I'm doing this and that and the other, you go, well, hang on. Why don't you just do what we find works for new people? Having been around in it time when, it wasn't quite so refined. That's why we're always looking for a simple strategy, and we've got it now. Yeah. And then add on some things. I wouldn't start my daughter off in the Porsche Cayman, would I?
That's right.
No. So I think that's the thing, really. One strategy, one mentor, back testing, live trading. No substitute for that, the live trading and the back testing.
So one last sort of question I'm kind of interested in. Do you think people think it's overcomplicated when really it's a simple process? Or what do you think when most people look at Forex on the outside, what do you think their perceptions are of it?
It's the system that's designed to keep you fearful, because they don't want you breaking out of the system, because the whole of the Western world is propped up on taking money off us throughout our entire lives, and even on our death we're taxed twice. Yeah. And as a WASPy woman, they've taken 48,000 off me, which I will jolly well get back by living longer and through Forex. Yeah. And that was money I paid into over 40 years on my national insurance. Nothing to do with sexism and equality. If your private pension company treated you with a lack of information the way the government did, it wouldn't be allowed to happen. So I think that it's also the primeval lizard brain, reptilian brain, fear keeps you safe. Because actually, how many people do you meet where they're saying, I'm struggling to pay my bills, I'm worried about my daughter going to college and how she's going to pay off the student loan, never mind afford a house, how are we going to buy a car for her, what kind of job is she going to manage to get, all that kind of thing. But it's almost more comfortable. Haven't you ever been at lunch parties or dinner drinks things where everyone's moaning? It's a natural thing to moan. And also it's a safe area to be in, isn't it? To moan about your troubles. Because if you step out of the comfort zone and say, I'll take on a project, I'll move to France, I'll renovate a place, I'll also run letting apartments. I don't even own a drill myself, and I haven't got the money to always have people in. I can do decorating, but I can't do, that chimney had to be braced, the floor had to be concreted, that had to be carried in, the pipe had to be fitted. I'm a super duper little builder, but I can't even screw a picture in the wall, and I'm not even kidding you, and I don't have the money to fling at other people to do all that. Yeah. So if you step out of your comfort zone, weirdly the universe will fill that sort of gap and bring things to you if you're brave enough to step forward. Yeah. But people aren't often brave enough, are they? Because my old chairman, he's long dead now, Bob Heller, and he was the son of a butcher's boy, and he wrote the first book on how to be a millionaire. highly respected Financial Times journalist, most wonderful, wonderful brain, wonderful man. And he used to say, you know, you've got to, if you step forward and provide a great service, the money will follow.
Yeah.
And it's true, isn't it? Because you look at all the work everyone in our trading group has put in. And I said to myself, I'm not much good at network marketing. You know, like most of us online, we've probably been in various schemes, you know. And I thought, well, what is the one thing I can do? And I thought, well, actually, do you know what, Sarah? I can master the art of trading. I'm not saying I've mastered it. I'm not like a $200 million trader. But I thought, well, okay, then. Because if I do that and I've got a quality product and I can share what I've learned to accelerate the process for other people, as many of us, all of us in our own trade hub do, then I can pass that on to other people, and that's a valuable service. And that's what I found. And I thought, okay, then, well, how the hell can I master the art of Forex? I'm no good at maths. I failed my GCSE, then it went to modern maths. Always had that inhibition.
Yeah.
You know, that whole thing about maths. And I thought, well, I know what I can do. I can just keep showing up and asking dumb questions. Now, honestly, John, that's all I did.
Yeah.
I actually am not very good at trading on my phone. I can't work percentages out because as one of the daily live traders, we have to keep a tally of what our win rate is.
Right.
So the other night I was updating yesterday, and I don't know, I've done 39 out of 41 trades or something. I have to type into Google, what is the percentage of 39 out of 41? Truthfully, that is how rubbish I am. If you tell me to do that on my calculator, couldn't do it.
And yet here you are.
But you know, that's back to your question. Do you think Forex is complicated, and why don't people do it? Because people have put that brainwashing into you.
Yeah.
All the tools and the heavy lifting, it's all done for you.
Yeah.
It's clicking the buttons and it's joining the dots. And it is some understanding. Because I can say to people how passionate, as you know, I am about quarter theory, how passionate. And they'll go, oh, it's just another line. They don't even have to watch the 2-hour video. I've done a very short 15-minute one. And I have to say, even at the beginning of that, and I went over it twice, I struggled with remembering why the decimal point and 0 to 10, 0 to 9, and then 10 to 20, why the whole world works on that system is so important. But I thought, well, I'm going to have to kind of vaguely understand it just to put my video together. So you don't really have to understand it, but to get that in your heart about why it works, that's all you need to know, that you believe deeply in you that it works, whether it's that or one of the other indicators, because my God, they do work. So when the price is under what we call the 50 moving average, or the 62, which is the one I use, why am I confident to enter a sell when that happens? Well, I'm not if it's just that one indicator, unless it's a very big scan, in which case I might be. But it's because I know that pushes price down. And people go, well, it's random. No, it isn't random, because the banks work to settling up at certain levels in the market, because they're dealing with such huge sums of money. They round it up or down. It works like clockwork to a pattern between levels. Once you truly believe that, and truly believe it, don't have to know all the ins and outs. As I said, I don't know anything about Fibonacci, and I don't care, but I truly believe it. And it's a God-given gift, whatever you believe in. It's the universe. It's something beyond you and me. Then I know, you know, I've got that sort of that's where I think the emotion comes in. Otherwise, I'd say trading is emotionless. It's that belief in it, isn't it? It is a heartfelt thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've got to come to the charts, not just thinking, oh, I'll press a few buttons. And it's not like the slot machine in the penny arcade. And you've got to respect the markets, because it is actually hugely fun. It is really enjoyable.
So how long have you been a trader now?
May 2018. So 2 years in May.
So just under 2 years. So what do you expect to do in your trading career now in the next 2 years?
Build a European team. Carry on with the daily live trading. Get better at that. That's always, you know, a work in progress. And I'm very grateful to have that slot, because it gives me videos and marketing and things for YouTube, and actually it's made me a better trader. I really took a deep breath when I said I'll do it, and I remember the day I said it, and it was on one of our calls like August, September, and I thought, oh, what the hell have I done? But I knew it would help me, and actually selfishly it's helped me be a better trader, because it's that intensity of the focus and the concentration. So it's not about time on the charts, it's about how you approach it. Do your chart setups about 2 hours before. don't do them on the hoof. Look at stuff and just pile in. So my Sunday nights are very important, and just keep on trucking, building the account. And I love the education side. I do love that. I'd like to be a live educator on IMTV one day.
Oh, I'm pretty sure the way you're going, you're going to be fairly soon. With what you do, it's phenomenal. It really is.
Well, my little niche, as you know, is the little pitchfork, the harmonic scanner, and that little pitchfork. But it's only because I'm lazy. Because all you have to do is press a button and put the pitchfork on instead of drawing trend lines. And I don't want to draw lines of support and resistance. If I press a button, it pops on quarter theory, 250 pips either side of price. I'm lazy, truthfully. I just like to press a few buttons and know they work. Yeah.
But how fluent was that description that you just said? I think it's great. From what you've you started as really kind of nervous, and now
I was very nervous and very underconfident and not very happy place, really. I mean, I was happy overall.
Yeah.
But I think this is the bricks and mortar equivalent of entering Forex. I thought, well, what's the biggest I can pick, biggest project? Because I could have just put the money in the bank, eked it out in a little thing, but I didn't really want that kind of life.
Yeah.
And I think with Forex, it's the same thing. The world's your right. If you, with anything actually in life, think the biggest and the boldest and the best for yourself, and then triple, double, intensify it. Don't limit yourself with any of your endeavors, because it is true. If you reach for the moon, you'll get the stars. And step forward bravely, because at the end of the day, all we care about is our health and the health of our loved ones, and generally living a nice life where you can be kind and you can find nice pockets of it, keep the negativity out. That's really all we care about, isn't it? And health is the most important thing. And Absolutely. How humble and grateful are we for warm food, a warm bed, a fire, and a nice place, and a dog, when you think truthfully of all the people in the world that don't have any of that. If you're in Syria, you've had the whole of your place blown up. You have absolutely nothing, and you've probably lost a lot of people around you. So I think that perspective, so the good we can do through our Forex journey, is phenomenal. Whatever your passions and charities, or love of animals, or fund your school's local football club, wouldn't that be nice to go in, or buy your solicitor, give them an anonymous check? Wouldn't that be wouldn't give you such a lovely feeling?
Yeah. You're certainly passionate, and it's great to see you operate from the heart, and I think that's a big reason why I think you're doing so well, because I think you've found your place.
Thank
found
you.
Yeah,
thanks. Well, I'd like to carry on doing that.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, we're just coming up. We've actually been chatting here an hour, and we
haven't, have we? Gosh.
Almost, yeah. It's we've covered a whole lot of information. When I do these interviews and the people over there, I never tell people what I'm going to ask them. We just do it naturally. There's no script. Obviously, there's no script. It'll be about 3 miles long. But no, I mean, I really appreciate you coming on and just sharing your experiences.
Well, you're welcome. We'll just edit it all out, and the dog barking and all the rest of it.
Well, the thing is, we're not in a studio. We're just people are just doing this thing, and I mean, I think you can see my dog down there.
I can. Yeah.
He's not moved much, but
no.
It's quite.
He looked at the door and he realised Dad was busy.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So once again, Sarah, I really appreciate you coming on.
Oh, well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it very much.